Hello friends, the topic is FDDI. Full form of FDDI is Fiber Distributed Data Interface. FDDI standards. FDDI was developed by the American National Standard Institute, which is called ANSI. ANSI submitted FDDI to the International Organization for Standardization ISO, which created an international version of FDDI that is completely compatible with the ANSI standard version. Means ISO created an international version of FDDI. FDDI is a token passing ring network that operates at 100 Mbps over to counter rotating fiber optic cable rings. In this, we use fiber optic cable rings in FDDI. Introduction of FDDI. FDDI specifies a 100 Mbps token passing dual ring LAN using a fiber optic cable. The dual ring consists of a primary and a secondary ring. Means there are two rings. One is primary ring and another is secondary ring. Primary ring is used for the transmission of the data and the secondary ring is used for the backup purpose. During normal operation, the primary ring is used for data transmission and the secondary ring remains idle. Means when the primary ring does not work properly or primary ring failed, then we use the secondary ring. Secondary ring is for the backup purpose. FDDI uses a ring topology of multi-mode or single-mode optical fiber transmission links operating at 100 Mbps to span up to 200 kilometers and permits up to 500 stations. Employs dual counter rotating rings. 16 and 48-bit addresses are allowed. An FDDI token is absorbed by a station and released as soon as it completes the frame transmission. Means an FDDI token is absorbed by the station and when it completes their work, means transmission of data, then station release that token. FDDI dual token ring. So then in this diagram we can see that there are two arrows, one for primary ring and another for secondary ring, and both the rings are in the opposite direction to each other. So when there are two arrows for the primary and secondary ring, and primary ring and secondary ring in the opposite direction and connected to the computers, connected to the system. FDDI structure. In the structure, we can see that there is a primary ring, secondary ring, firewall, WAN wide area network, and nodes, which is connected to the concentrator directly, and system. And this is the structure of FDDI. FDDI topology. The FDDI standards assume some maximum of 1000 stations. Means so there can be maximum stations, that is 1000 stations, and 200 kilometers paths that requires a repeater every 2 kilometers. It requires a repeater at every 2 kilometers. The secondary ring is for backup, and which I said before that secondary ring is used for backup purpose. Means when primary ring does not work properly or failed, then we use the secondary ring. And single attachment stations, which is called SAS, and dual attachment stations, DAS, are both computer that can connect to one or both of the rings respectively. Means they can connect it to one or both of the ring. Means they can connect it to the to one, means primary or secondary ring, or to both of the rings, primary and secondary rings respectively. If the cable in the FDDI ring is broken, the ring can still operate in a limited fashion. Means if that fiber optic cable in the FDDI ring is broken, then also the ring can still operate in a limited fashion. Means at the limited time. Means it does not bring down at that time. Means it can operate at some time. FDDI specification. There are we can see that in FDDI specification there are the layers of logical link control, media access control, physical layer protocol, and physical layer medium. And media access control, physical layer protocol, and physical layer medium are directly connected to the station management. This is the FDDI. This is the structure of FDDI specification. Medium access control, MAC. Medium is accessed method. In this the medium is the accessed method. Frame format, we use the frame format in this. Token handling means by handling the token, like absorb the like station absorb the token, and then token and then token transmit the data, and addressing and error recovery mechanism. So then it so the these are the all things which is used in medium access control. Physical layer protocol PH by data encoding or decoding procedure is used for physical layer protocol. Clocking requirements and framing is also used for this. Physical layer medium, transmission medium including fiber optic links, power levels, bit error rates, optical components, and connectors. These are used for the physical layer medium. Station management system SMT. In this FDDI station configuration, ring control features also there. Station insertion and removal means we can insert a station and remove a station. Initialization, fault isolation and recovery means if there is any fault, and then so the fault isolation and recovery of that recovery of the error. Scheduling and statics collection. Dual attachment station, it is the diagram of DAS. In this we can see that there is port A and port B, and primary and secondary, these are the rings, primary and secondary rings, which are directly connected to the port A and port B. This is the structure of DAS. FDDI concentrator, it is also called a dual attachment concentrator, DAC. It attaches directly to both the primary and secondary ring, which we see in the diagram. And failure or power down of any SAS does not bring down the ring. Means if any SAS does not work properly or failed, then it's means if any SAS fails or due to power down or any reason, then it does not bring down the whole ring. FDDI frame format. This is the frame format, data frame format of FDDI. PRE, that is preamble, ST, FC, destination address, and source address information, FCS, ED, FS means and there are bits 81166411 for the each for the each means for the each frame denoted. And token frame format in the token frame format PRESTFCED. And there are L equals to address length, which is 16 or 48 bits, FF, and C for synchronization or asynchronization. And there are FDDI frame fields. Preamble used to prepare a station for an incoming frame means this the means it is used to prepare a station when any frame is coming. SD starting delimiter, used to indicate that an incoming frame follows. FC frame control contains control information used to indicate whether this is a data or a token frame. It is used that this is the data only or a token frame. The destination address contains the 48-bit MAC layer destination address. It contains destination address, or as a source address contains the 48-bit MAC layer source address. It also contains 48-bit MAC layer, but it contains source address, and DA contains destination address. Data contains upper layer protocol information. It contains the information. FCS frame check sequence contains the CRC to verify the frame errors, and ED and delimiter indicates the end of the frame, that now this is the end of the frame. And FS frame status used by the source station to determine whether the frame was copied by the destination or whether errors occurred. Means if any errors are there, then or means or it is reached on destination or not, or any errors are there. So these are all in the frame fields. Now, advantages of FDDI. It offers high security as it is difficult to eavesdrop on fiber optic link. Fiber optic cable does not break as easily as other types of cables. Fiber optic cables transmit signals over greater distance of about 200 kilometers, Fiber optic cable weigh less compared to copper wire of similar bandwidth. That's why we use the fiber optic cables. FDDI uses multiple tokens to improve network speed, and it is possible to provide priority to the workstations connected in the chain. Hence, based on the requirement, some stations are bypassed to provide faster services to the rest. FDDI can isolate faulty nodes with use of wiring concentrators for instantaneous rerouting, and wiring concentrators functions as centralized cabling connections devices for workstations. These are all the advantages of FDDI. Now, disadvantages of FDDI. FDDI is complex. FDDI is complex. Hence, installation and maintenance require great deal of expertise. Means it is complex. So there are means installation and maintenance are tough for the FDDI. FDDI is costly because fiber optic cable adapters and concentrators, these are all used in the FDDI and these are expensive. So FDDI is costly. Applications of FDDI: backbone network to tie other lower speed LANs together, backend network for processor to IO interconnections. These are the applications of FDDI. Thank you.